Peter is International Media Association for Peace Coordinator for Europe. So Peter can pick up a lot of some of these other points and this statement. So I'll pass on. You've got a presentation as well, Peter.
Yes, I got one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, does it work? Yeah?
Yeah, it works. Yeah, we can hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay, good, good. I'm very thrilled by this discussion. Hello, everybody. Some of you know me on the panel, some not. Very happy to meet a Scotsman here. I lived for 2 years there in Scotland, 3 years actually, and I never forget the Scotland.
Okay, man.
Right, right. So I've been asked to give a short overview of what IMAP is about and about IMAP's principles. IMAP is the International Media Association for Peace. So let me see. IMAP is one of the 6 associations, UPF associations, and it has been founded in February, 2nd of February, in Korea, Seoul, Korea, South Korea. And these are the, we have signed a declaration of IMAP. This is just one paragraph of this declaration. We propose to inaugurate the International Media Association for Peace, a project of the Universal Peace Federation to work in conjunction with the International Summit Council for Peace, International Association for Parliamentarians for Peace, Interreligious Association for Peace and Development, and the International Association for Peace and Economic Development. So this was the inauguration session of IMAP, and we have had about 400 journalists from almost 80 countries from all over the world there, and we had some incredible panelists. It was quite a feat actually, and so I have been hoping that IMAP will be established, or something like the Media Association for the World Media Association, which has been established by the founder, Reverend Moon, in 1978. But then later on, the Media Association really fulfilled an incredible, significant purpose in the opening up of the Soviet Union. The World Media Association led fact-finding tours to Russia in 87, 88, 80, and also invited Russian journalists to Western countries. And then in 90, Reverend Moon had met Gorbachev there and had a big rally in Moscow. But the Media Association played a significant role that this could take place. So, but later on, the Media Association was not so active anymore. And since I'm a journalist myself, I was hoping that this will be reinvigorated. And now, really, Mrs. Moon, the wife of the late Reverend Moon, she is now taking leadership also for our movement, and she has inaugurated IMAP. That was a great joy to many of us who are into media. So we had, as I said, we had some interesting panels. I'm just sorry that Humphrey couldn't be there. Humphrey? would have been great. But anyway, so I'd like to share with you some of the core principles or the core values of IMAP. One of them is interdependence. We heard from the statement of Martin Kiedler, interdependence, and then mutual prosperity and universal values. These are really core values of the UPF, and IMAP really wants to support these values. And we are drawing from the founders' wisdom here. UPF's primary statement of its values is embodied in this motto: interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. This applies not only to interpersonal relationships, but to the relations within states as well. So even though Brexit is done, now we have to make the best of it. Some of you have mentioned this, also Mr. Wilson and Humphrey. And absolutely, we have to make the best of it now. And what can we do? Another very important aspect of the UPF is based on the motto, one family under God. Mrs. Moon has been giving speeches. She has done very big rallies and has also visited quite a few countries. Recently, she was in the United States. And always, this is one key motto, one family under God. We cannot really solve our problems alone. We need the power of God. We need to reach out vertically to God, the Creator. UPF is dedicated to this ideal of creating one family under God, by which humanity goes beyond boundaries of religion, race, ethnicity, gender, and nationality, and by which, as individuals, we primarily identify with each other as members of the same human family, transcending all such potential barriers. So this goes a little bit against the grain of the idea of Brexit. I understand that. And the point is we cannot just manage everything alone. We are not enough. We are not enough. One within a family, we need each other in a family. We support each other. In the world, humankind is one big family. We also need each other, in fact. And I'm thinking of, Ramon in the 80s, he was speaking about technology transfer. So he was committed. In fact, he had 3 big machine tool companies in Germany. So he was committed to helping the poor nations in their technology, to improve their technology. He has been a target. He was targeted by the big industrials who in no way wanted to share their technology with poor countries. And I understand this is a very complicated matter. Also he established a car factory in North Korea and in China. And so that's his basic attitude. And this is the way we strive to go, to create a better world. So we had regional conferences also. I see Humphrey there. And discussing about the about Brexit, not about Brexit, about the COVID and how it affects us and the role of the media. And so now I would like to share a few things about media. Media should be the conscience of society. This is what was one of the main premises for Moon for the media. Media must be free. There must be a free media, otherwise we cannot be the conscience of society. And media should be self-governing. So if media just wants to be free, but does not make big efforts in self-governance, then media will not be free anymore. There will be too many interest groups to limit the media, the power of the media. And I'm into press freedom. I'm a member of the Reporters Without Borders. And one wouldn't believe how many governments are trying to suppress press freedom. In the just last year, actually, before last year, I think it was in October in 2019, October 2019, on the occasion of the Peace Prize, Sunak Peace Prize, Mrs. Moon called a press conference. It was quite a novum. Reverend Moon hardly ever gave a press conference, and also she didn't so far. But then she gave her first press conference, and yeah, she gave an interesting speech. But she summed up the mission of the media in 3 words: report the truth. And actually, this is the point. If media would report the truth, I think we would have a lot less problems. It was a great press conference, actually. So, in fact, the media needs a new paradigm. At the moment, mainstream media is on a kamikaze mission, on a suicide mission. It's really down. There are so many journalists now have to leave the agencies, the corporations, and they are without work. And it's an all-time low. The media is at an all-time low at the moment. We don't know when this will stop, this downward trend. Also, the media will need to align itself with a higher dimension. Without God, we cannot solve essential problems of human existence or society or environment. So this is one of the positions of IMAP, definitely. In the media, we need a reset. There's a lot of talk about Davos, and the big reset and so on. But in the media too, we need a reset. The principle of living for the sake of others, which is one of the key principles of the UPF, will have to be applied to the media as well. Currently, we have some toxic trends in the media. For example, celebrity journalism. The story is the journalist, not the facts. This is a real toxic trend which is going on right now, already since quite a few years. The purpose of journalism itself needs to be redefined or reset. The other problem we have now is not just with the print journalism or mainstream journalism, also the social media. The big tech's unwarranted censorship and influence. I mean, you know this gentleman here, yeah? They have been already challenged, but they don't change. It just gets worse. This is Mr. Jack Dorsey, who just kicked thousands and thousands out of Twitter. And we know also Big Tech was also involved in the process of the Brexit, they say. Some of you know this gentleman here, he's a whistleblower. IMAP is trying to create a framework or a forum, a platform for journalists to reorient ourselves and to discuss these issues in a safe space, so to say. We really need this discussion. So I'm almost finished with my time. IMAP's main focus, I want to briefly talk about IMAP's main focus in peace building until 22, or maybe beyond that. IMAP will support the United Nations ordered sanctions that call for denuclearization, for the DMZ to be transformed into a global peace park. This is also another point of support. And the other point is for the United Nations to set up the 5th international office in the global peace park, which should be at the DMZ. There have already been conferences based on this premise, and there are already discussions, and many politicians and diplomats seem to be very interested in this project. For an official end, this is another aspect, another goal for an official end of the Korean War Treaty to be signed. Korea is still at war. So these are just 4 of these goals which we will be campaigning for, which we will support. We know this is a big task, but so journalists play a vital role in guarding. Yeah. Journalists play a vital role in guarding against totalitarianism and supporting the expansion of freedom. So journalists shouldn't spend too much time in, just praising themselves, or get lost in the nirvana of insignificance. There are so many important things to do. We believe that when media properly exercises their great power and influence, they can help secure freedom and peace for all humankind. This is the 4th power, the 4th state. Thank you very much. This is all I want to share with you. It was great meeting with you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.